Football! Beware, NFL fans. You are about to enter the laboratory of madness. I am the East Coast sicko, and welcome to my beautiful football mind. Do you want to be competitive in your pick'em and fantasy leagues? Do you want to be able to talk cool with the best of them? Then stick with me all season long. Enough with the pleasantries. Let's get to the Week 1 NFL slate. East Coast sicko!
Game 1, opening night, Carolina at Denver. NFC vs. AFC matchup. Typically played every 4 years, but this is a rematch of last year's Super Bowl. Panthers on the road, Ron Rivera, Cam the Animal Newton. Broncos at home, Gary Kubiak, Mark Butt Fumble Sanchez. History says the defending Super Bowl champions don't lose at home when opening on Thursday night. Broncos get the W. Next game, Tampa Bay at Atlanta. NFC South Showdown, played 2 times a year. Buccaneers on the road, Dirk Cutter, Jameis Crablegs Winston. Falcons at home, Dan Quinn, Matty Ice Ryan. Should be a wide open game with big plays coming through the air and on the ground. In the end, the Bucs defense is pathetic. Falcons pass rushers Dwight Freeney and Vic Beasley make enough plays. Falcons get the W. Next game, Cleveland at Philly. AFC vs. NFC matchup. Play each other every 4 years. Browns on the road, Hugh Jackson, RG3. Eagles at home, Doug Peterson, Sam Beyond Bad Bradford. Philly will run all over the porous Browns D. RG3 will make some plays with his arm and his legs, but he holds on to the football too long. Ultimately, the aggressive Eagles D hounds and pounds RG3 into the turf. Eagles get the W. Next game, Minnesota at Tennessee. NFC vs. AFC matchup. Play each other every 4 years. Vikings on the road, Mike Zimmer, Teddy Bridgewater. Titans at home, Mike Mularkey, Marcus Mariota. I love Mike Zimmer and the physicality of the Vikings front 7 on defense. If you are going to beat the Vikings, you are going to have to earn it. Don't sleep on the gelling Titans offensive line and the two-headed monster of DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry. Titans are up and coming. Kicker Blair Walsh redeems himself from last year's playoff shank and kicks the game winner. Vikings get the hard-earned W. Next game, Cincy at New York Jets. AFC matchup. Bengals on the road. Marvin, I can't win a playoff game, Lewis. Andy Dalton. Jets at home. Todd Bowles. Ryan the Amish Rifle Fitzpatrick. Both squads boast superior defensive lines. Bengals lost a lot of talent in the offseason and enter this season beat up. Jets, Darrell Revis Christ, is out to prove he is the #1 corner in the world. Ultimately, the Jets will control the ball on offense, and the defense will stop the run on the way to the quarterback. In a drag him out, knock him out bar fight, Jets get the W. Next game, Oakland at New Orleans. AFC vs. NFC matchup. Raiders on the road, Jack Del Rio, Derek Carr. Saints at home, Sean Payton, Drew Cool Breeze. This game has the makings of an up-and-down-the-field barn burner. It is a toss-up. When a game is a toss-up, I defer to the goalpost goddess. Goalpost goddess says that the Raiders bookend pass rushers, Brucey Irvin and Khalil Mack make enough plays. Raiders pull the upset in the Big Easy and get the W. Next game, San Diego at Kansas City. Classic AFC West dust-up. Chargers on the road, Mike McCoy, Phillip Rivers. Chiefs at home, Andy the Walrus Reed, Alex Smith. Chargers, their offensive line has been a turnstile the last few seasons. If they ever get their act together, Rivers could have a big year with the talent around him. Look for the Chiefs to pound the rock with their stable of running backs, and for Alex Smith to take advantage of no Eric Weddle, play action deep down the field. Chiefs get the W. Next game, Buffalo at Baltimore, AFC matchup. Bills on the road, Rex Ryan, Tyrod Taylor. Ravens at home, John Harbaugh, Joe Flacco. Both teams coming off of injury-riddled, disappointing seasons. This game is a toss-up, so I conjure up the goalpost goddess. Goalpost Goddess says that in the end, John Harbaugh outcoaches Rex Ryan in a sloppy game. Ravens get the W. Next game, Chicago at Houston. NFC vs. AFC matchup. Bears on the road. John Fox, Jay Cutler. Texans at home. Bill O'Brien, Brock Osweiler. Both squads have better than average head coaches, but have mediocre quarterbacks. Texans have 3 good cornerbacks, but where is the pass rush coming from with no J.J. Watt and Javadian Circus Clowney missing in action? In the end, the Bears' jumbo-sized wide receivers, Alshon Jeffrey and Kevin White, make enough plays. Bears pull the upset and eke out the W. Next game, Green Bay at Jacksonville. NFC vs. AFC matchup. Packers on the road. Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers. Jaguars at home. Gus Bradley, Blake Bortles. Packers. Jordy Nelson is back. And Eddie Lacy is in a contract year and looks to be in shape. Jaguars, as explosive as any team on offense, and the defense is starting to mature. If the Pack can run the football, they will win. However, they are venturing into a hot hornet's nest, and ultimately, the Heat, Chris Ivory, and the Jaguars pass rush gets the job done. In a fun game in the sun, the Jags get the W. Next game, Miami at Seattle. AFC vs. NFC matchup. Dolphins on the road. Adam Gase, Ryan Tannehill. Seahawks at home. Pete Carroll, Russell like a Virgin Wilson. Dolphins are on the right track, hiring Adam Gase to steer the ship. However, the team remains undisciplined, led by Wildman and Dominican Sue. Seahawks, no longer the big bully on the block. Beast mode is gone. They struggle in pass protection, and the defensive line is depleted. Russell Wilson, with his arm, legs, and a 12th man, get the job done. Seahawks get the W. Next game, New York Giants at Dallas. NFC East Brawl. It's a turn on how much these two teams despise each other. Giants on the road. Ben McAdoo. Eli, I am better than my brother Peyton Manning. Cowboys at home. Jason Garrett. Tony, get the stretcher Romo. When these two squads get after it in Jerry's Row, expect lots of points, yards, and turnovers. This game is a toss-up. Goalpost Goddess says, with all the suspensions in their front seven, the Cowboys' D is a doormat. G-men walk out of the dome with a W. Next game, Detroit at Indianapolis. NFC vs. AFC matchup. Lions on the road. Jim Caldwell, Matthew Stafford. Colts at home. Chuck Pagano, Andrew the next John Elway Luck. Not a fan of either head coach. I know hindsight is 20/20, but the Colts should have kept Bruce Arians. Lions. Once Jim Bob Cooter was hired as offensive coordinator midseason last year, their offense was a well-oiled machine. Megatron has retired. Every year the Lions start slow, playing sloppy and shooting themselves in the tootsies. Colts. General manager Ryan Grigson should be ashamed of the talent he has assembled on defense. Luck had a rough 2015 campaign, which ended on injured reserve. Luck is a prideful man with something to prove. In the Chuck and Duck game of the week, where you can see 100-plus pass attempts, the Colts get the W. Next game, Cleveland at Arizona. AFC vs. NFC matchup. Patriots on the road. Bill, Yellow Jacket Belichick. Jimmy Garoppolo. Cardinals at home. Bruce Arians, Carson Palmer. I love both head coaches. Possible Super Bowl matchup. Patriots, Tom the Bomb Brady not playing, and many offensive guys are dinged up. Cardinals, high-octane offense and have playmakers at every level on defense. Look for the Cardinals D to throw the kitchen sink at Jimmy G in his first pro start. Look for ex-Patriot Chandler K2 Jones to show up with his hair on fire and lay a full-out assault on the line of scrimmage. Cardinals get the W on Sunday night in the desert. Next game, Pittsburgh at Washington. Surprise! Another AFC vs. NFC matchup. Steelers on the road. Mike Tomlin, Big Ben Roethlisberger. Redskins, Jay at home. Jay Gruden. Kirk, do you like that? Cousins. Steelers, no Le'Veon Bell, Martavis Bryant, or the retired Heath Miller. Expect an entertaining game where both offenses move the ball against mediocre defenses. This game is a toss-up. Goalpost Goddess says, in the end, Big Ben makes one more big throw than Cousins and drives the Steelers down the field for the winning points. Steelers sneak out of our nation's capital with the W. Next game, LA Rams at San Francisco, NFC West dust-up. Rams on the road, Jeff 8-8 Fisher, Case Keenum. 49ers at home, Chip My Way or the Highway Kelly, Colin Kaepernick. Rams, home sweet home in Los Angeles after 20-plus years in St. Louis. This will be a punch-you-in-the-grill defensive battle where you might see teams combine for 70-plus rush attempts. Chip Kelly's up-tempo offense eventually tires out the Rams' defensive line. In the end, Carlos Hyde outperforms Todd Gurley. 49ers get the W in the Monday Night Football night cap game. The Week NFL 1 slate is complete. East Coast, sicko!
NFL fans, my insight can only take you so far. It is up to you to monitor weather and injuries prior to kickoff of NFL games. Failure to do so is an absolute no-no. You need fantasy advice? Shoot me an email at eastcoastsicko@yahoo.com or tweet me at eastcoastsicko. I refuse to give members of my fantasy league insight, but I have no problem privately helping you succeed. Enjoy the Week 1 NFL action. Am I football? Football I am! I am football! East Coast, sicko!